Fragments of light walking on the edge of darkness, whispers of things yet to appear, leak quietly from the folds of time. Shimmering shadows of indeterminacy layered in the empty void of the future. At the edges of the story called coincidences, many unchosen paths are intertwined like threads in a carpet, and their interweaving is secretly synchronized outside the viewer's field of vision. The invisible is etched deeper, and the mark that remains in the palm of one's hand is not just the residue of a single event. It is a trace that has passed through thousands of probabilities, a remnant of the moment when infinite possibilities coagulate into a single form. The sound of bells ringing unexpectedly, the nameless scent brought by the wind, the momentary distortion of shifting shadows, whispers on a whim. It is the straight line of time that binds perception, but the truth is the spiral that lurks behind it. When the mind scoops up the depths of the circle, omens are revealed and every inevitability is blended into a drop of chance. In the serene morning glow, the world flinches slightly, and in the blink of an eye, the shadow of the future drifts softly across its outlines, focusing. The act is a gamble. The shards of glass shimmering in the depths of the eyes bounce soundlessly between truth and fiction. People paddle the sea of probability in their desire for answers. But to focus on the omens is more than an act of gazing in this moment. Everything is alive. Choice is one of the waves, and lost branches also exist. The gaze that captures the omens is like a spider thread that weaves together the past and the future, scooping up the truth of life with a flickering fingertip at the moment of focus. The scenery before your eyes turns into a single crystal, shaping the shadows of the next step forward. In the midst of probability, it is not the key to decipher the future, but rather the vague outline of the keyhole itself. The voiceless voice of the future sends faint ripples from behind the mirror of the present, showing its shadow picture only to those who stand on the edge of destiny. We find the thread of cause and effect in the trajectory of a bird in flight, and try to hear the pulse of destiny in the silence of the night. But who can tell that the very act itself is already tainted with the intentions of the observer? The eyes that focus are the very attempt to look into the empty future. Just as this moment casts a shadow of the future, the focus weaves the light and darkness of choice, building a labyrinth named probability in between. As we wander through the labyrinth of thought, we surround chance with the contours of probability and attempt to shoot it with the arrows of reason. But the omens are themselves alive. It always oscillates, converges, and diverges, and never stays at one point. To know the omens is to know one's own choices. Depending on where one focuses, reality takes shape from a myriad of possibilities. The unobserved possibilities sleep, and only the chosen future rises in the fleeting space and time of the present. But behind every foreshadowing lies the foreboding of an unspoken silence. Behind that silence, we await the truth that has yet to be named, and that truth is the beginning of new signs, shadowy forms that have yet to fill our vision. Before the dawn scales stain the sky, there is a hunch of a secret budding. One walks among the ridges of rippling possibilities, conscious of the fluctuations of time. Tones overflowing from the depths of uncertainty soar to the intersection of certainty and delusion. We name the moment when hope and fear meet, the faint flicker that rises between truth and dreaming as an omen. At this moment, that possibility that captures the heart like gravity and diffuses the gaze like a wave. If we try to touch it, it moves away from us like a mirage, and the flash we see behind our eyelids has already leapt away to another probability in the next moment. There is a way to focus, even if everything remains ambiguous. It is not logic, but the resolution of the senses captured by the temperature of the skin, the vibrational frequency of perception that makes the retinas of our consciousness shake. The world is woven with sounds yet to be seen. At the moment when an unheard heartbeat breaks the silence, a thin film of omens wavers and drifts, certain but ungraspable. Ahead of our gaze, possibilities crack as polyhedra and fly away with the wings of probability. The blink of a focus reconfigures the landscape of omens. As we gaze, events change color, and probability flows into the river of probability. Certainty without certainty is the invisible hand that makes us exist. The future is always shaky. Even if we could decipher its fading, the words we speak are like ripples that have already passed. An omen is always a word whispering in the distance that has yet to reach us.